Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monroe High School for tonight's round one of the playoffs matchup featuring the visitors from T.W. Andrews, the Red Raiders, and your Monroe RedHawks. As always, I'm Mr. Hayden McAteer, in charge of the RedHawk Broadcasting Club, giving you all the footage of tonight's game. Everything you see on screen is being done by a current Monroe High School student. Thank you to Vanessa, Jessica, Jasmine, Emily, Nancy, Mabel, Kevin, Christian, Jack, Lizette, Scarlett, and Genesis for getting tonight's show on the road for you guys. A couple quick little hits on the visitors tonight. The Red Raiders come into tonight's game 30th in the bracket, a 4-6 record overall. But last time they played McMichael High School and had an impressive 63-14 victory over McMichael. Darian Avery, a junior running back, ran for 319 yards and picked up 6 touchdowns on the ground. The Red Raider defense came up with 5 interceptions versus McMichael. They averaged 190 rushing yards per game, 22 rushing touchdowns on the year, and averaging just under 7 yards a carry. A lot of misdirection before the play, a lot of guys in motion. They try to get their playmakers out on the edge. So it's going to be up to this Monroe defense, led by Joey Sheeran on the year with 87 tackles. Interceptions, Jordan Young, the Big 22 Player of the Year, the only Big 22 Player of the Year to win it twice, has 5 interceptions, and sack leader Yoel DeLeon with 7 sacks on the season. Last time these two teams played against each other was the 2013 in state championship, and T.W. Andrews actually got the win in that game. So we'll see what happens here tonight. While we wait for the band to play the national anthem, some keys to victory for us, Monroe, it's simple. We've been living and thriving and surviving off of a big play all year. For T.W. Andrews, they're going to have to stop the run. We've got a really packed running game last 2 years. This year, no exception, obviously. A couple returning varsity players that had a few games of rest for Monroe. Rushing leader Namir Kendall, he's back in the lineup tonight. And senior offensive lineman Trey Brewer is also back in the trenches for the RedHawks tonight. Monroe comes into the game as the number 3 seed and Rocky River Conference champions. Perfect record on the year, 9-0. It's the first time they've done that since they won state back in 2015. Getting ready to hear the national anthem performed by Monroe High School's Red Storm Marching Band. As the Red Storm gets ready to exit the field, we'll get a look at who the captains are for these two teams here tonight. Just so you folks know, we are going to do our best to keep you up to date with the scores that matter the most, particularly who we might play, or who one of these two teams might play. Be a little bit impartial here in the second round. As Max Preps loves to play ads about Christmas music, and it's not even Thanksgiving yet. Marseille. But the Burns Bulldogs are playing against North Stanley tonight at North Stanley. A couple years ago now, I believe it's 3 years ago, Monroe made a trip in the third round to Lawndale, North Carolina, to lose to the Bulldogs. So there's a couple players on this team that were here that year, and they are really looking forward to seeing those guys play again. The captains tonight for Monroe: Kagan Chambers, number 1, or QB1. Big 22 himself, 2 times over, Jordan Young, and number 52, senior lineman and wrestling legend already, Jesus Harquin. The captains for the Red Raiders: David Hill Jr., 71, Caden Dillard, number 5, Caleb Yarrington, and number 56, Chandler Isaac. We talked about the rushing numbers for the Red Raiders already tonight. They average 190 rushing yards. Monroe, 232 and 50 points a game. So, expect to see a lot of runs. The difference will be, for the Red Raiders, can they control the clock and keep Monroe off the field? Monroe can score very quickly from any point on the field, but it always helps when that offense can stay over on the sideline. You don't have to worry about an offense scoring if they are far away from the field of play. White Hat going over some rules here tonight. We'll also try our best to keep up with some other scores from around the county. Forest Hills is hosting a first-round game. Weddington is also hosting a game. Give a quick shout out to WSOC TV Channel 9 Eyewitness News here in Charlotte for trusting us with getting some footage of Jordan Young's signing party this past weekend. Monroe has won the toss and they have chosen to defer to the second half. So the Red Raiders will get the start on offense first here tonight. Monroe. Jameer Kendall wearing the mask out there. As I said earlier, Namir Kendall, one of the RedHawk Broadcasting Club Athlete of the Week earlier this season, had 10 rushing touchdowns in the first 5 or 6 games of the season with an injured foot. So to be able to run for 10 touchdowns on a foot that was actually, come to find out, hurt during a preseason scrimmage is a testament to the young man's durability, his toughness, and his just sheer ability as a runner. And he is just a junior, so we get him back next year. He splits the backfield with bruiser Zion Lindsay. Asked Namir Kendall, how's it feel to have so many horses in the stable? And he said that he liked it. The reason why he liked it is because it gives the defense something different. It gives the defense more to think about. And anytime you can make a defense think instead of attack, you're going to have success. Here's the kick. Round 1 is underway. That is, unfortunately, it's going to roll, but it's going to roll out of bounds a while. So an illegal procedure by Monroe. It'll give the Red Raiders a 1st and 10 out at the 35-yard line. The official will ever spot the ball. Here we go. Handoff up the middle. There's a loss of yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Coming off the pile there, Jesus Harquin bragged on that young man all year. Good at football, even better at wrestling, was 1 match away from winning the state championship at his weight class. Raiders line up. Man in motion. You see that a lot tonight. Handoff. Gets away from one, but he cannot survive the swarming RedHawk defense. Jeremiah Lindsay, Jesus Harquin coming together to make that tackle in the backfield. So it'll be a 3rd and 15 now for the Red Raiders. Backed up deep where you don't want to be. A lot different. Much different team when they have to throw the ball. Pass is over the middle and incomplete. They'll bring up a 4th and long situation for TC Andrews. Andrews will come on to punt the ball away. And back deep to return. It's a mishandled snap. He's got to try to get it away quick, and he is not going to get this thing very far. The RedHawks will have it 1st and 10 inside the 25. That is the worst feeling on the planet. When you mishandle or when a snap sails high because there is nobody else out there. You are pretty much on an island. RedHawks take over 1st and 10. 3 receivers to the near side. Mekhi Allen, the sophomore wide receiver, alone at the top. Starting off with Zion Lindsay. Offset. Here's snap. Handoff. Zion Lindsay. Gonna blow through a couple. He's got some space. Dangerous with space. Touchdown, Monroe. That took little time for Zion Lindsay to find pay dirt. Excellent job, excellent vision that time by Zion Lindsay. They had initial contact at the line of scrimmage, but an excellent job of running through tackles and getting out of that situation to find a touchdown. Brandon Nahara on to kick the extra point for Monroe now. There's a penalty flag down. Offsides is called against the Red Raiders. Penalty is declined. And we're going to retry the kick here. So here we go again on the attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick is up. Don't matter how it gets there, it's good. Monroe takes an early 7-0 lead. On to kick off again for Monroe, Kevin Lopez. Another athlete of the week for us here at Monroe for varsity soccer. He was kicking for JV football, called up for the playoffs. Here's the kick. Fielded just out front of the 10. And the returner is going to get tackled and brought down right around the 25, where T.W. Andrews will have it 1st and 10. So we saw the explosiveness and the quickness off the line of scrimmage for Monroe's defensive line this last stand that they made. Let's see if there's been any early adjustments made by T.W. Andrews. They're packing everybody in tight. Coming out of gun this time, no motion. Handoff goes to number 22 on the play. Short gain. That running back, number 23, Darian Avery. He was their big rusher last game they played against McMichael. Short gain of 3. It'll be a 2nd down and 7. Off to Avery again. He breaks through a couple. He's finally going to get brought down the 34-yard line. We bring up a 3rd down and 3. Early crucial conversion here for the Red Raiders. They've already been victims once of Monroe's quick score ability. See if they can keep this drive going. There's a pre-snap penalty. Correction, a timeout called by the Red Raiders. So they'll have 2 left here in the first half. So after the timeout, Monroe comes back out. Looking to make a stand here on 3rd and 3. Handoff met in the backfield. A jailbreak quickly. Yoel DeLeon and number 51, Redazion Richardson, coming together to make the play. And the Raiders will punt again. Fourth down and 7 now for Andrews. Back deep again, Quay Knotts. Quay has been explosive and a big playmaker back there. The punt is blocked by Jordan Young, and is scooped up by Jordan Young. Touchdown, Monroe! That is twice. He's done it twice in the playoffs. Once last year, and now again this year. Big block punt to increase Monroe's lead. What a play by the two-time Big 22 Player of the Year. Nahara set to kick the extra point again. The snap, the kick is up. And it's good. So now with 8:29 left to go here in the first quarter, Monroe leads 14-0. Not sure if I said it before, but Jordan Young has signed his letter of intent to play just across the state line in Clemson, South Carolina. Proud of that young man. And Kevin Lopez once again going to kick this ball away to Andrews. Finds some room on the far side, but he's finally going to be brought down. That is number 14, Malachi Gaddy, bringing him down on the play. Raiders will have the best starting field position they've had all night. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 40. Coming out in a more spread look, handoff again goes to Avery. Jumps over the initial contact at the line. He's going to be brought down. Good gain on the play of 5. It'll be a 2nd and 5. So bunching it up wasn't working. Let's see if spreading it out does. So far, so good. Handoff tackled Jesus Harquin. No gain on the play. Another early 3rd down for the Raiders. The offense for Monroe tonight, obviously with that big run by Zion Lindsay. The special teams coming up big now for Monroe twice. Defense with solid stops is exactly the start you wanted if you're Monroe. Avery in motion to the far side. Back to pass. Batted, nearly intercepted. Joey Sheeran almost had him an INT. So bring out the punting unit again. And normally I would say don't kick it to Quay Knotts or Jaden Cottle, but we haven't been able to get one to him. finally gets one off, but it is a really, really short one. And it's going to go out of bounds at about the 46-yard line where the RedHawks will have it again, 1st and 10. Once again coming out, Mekhi Allen, the lone receiver on the top. 3 receivers to the near side. Zion Lindsay offset just a little bit to that far side. Kagan Chambers dropping back to pass. Unloads one deep. He's got Jamari Clark on the deep ball. 1st down, Monroe. Jamari Clark is a senior on this year's team, an absolute workhorse for the RedHawks. One of their biggest deep ball threats, excellent defender, and he also plays basketball in the winter. Zion Lindsay on the handoff again. Makes one miss, and he's got him 2 on the night. Zion Lindsay barrels his way in for another RedHawk touchdown. Well, I'm not exactly sure if their game started exactly at 7 o'clock. But an early score update from Marshville. Forest Hill 6, Lincolnton nothing. Or maybe that's Lexington. I don't know. Brandon O'Hara gets the extra point. So here we are with 6:37 left to go in the first quarter. Monroe leads 21-0. Kevin Lopez, busy night for the young man getting called up on varsity. As he is set to kick this thing away again. And away it goes. It's going to be fielded just outside the 10. He's got a bit of a crease, but he's finally going to get brought down around the 35. That is Trey Organs on the kick return. Jamari Clark on the stop for Monroe. And the Red Raiders will have it 1st and 10. No score in that potential second round matchup between Burns and North Stanley. Kickoff set for 7:30. No gain on the carry. It'll be a 2nd down and 10. .608 and rolling off of this clock here tonight. Every single one of Monroe's home games outside of the West Charlotte cancellation due to lightning, unfortunately unable to make that game up. Every home game for Monroe has ended in a running clock. Handoff to Avery again. Met. That defensive line for Monroe is putting in work. Jesus Harquin, Redacion Richardson. And those are just 2 of the big guys up there in the middle. Kanias Rushing also up there on the line. And bring up a 3rd and 10 situation. Last time they tried to throw the ball, it got deflected at the line and nearly intercepted by Joey. Let's see if Monroe can make it happen again. There is a timeout called by Monroe. It'll be their first. So both teams left with 2 timeouts here in the first half.
Who are unfortunately no longer with us. Adam B. Curitan and A.N.T. Curitan. These two dedicated to the RedHawks have been to every game the RedHawks played home or away since the 1970s. These 2 chairs will always represent the Monroe RedHawks in their favorite spot at home, top of the bleachers in midfield. Continued blessings to the Curitan family.
Weddington is hosting A.L. Brown right now. No score there yet. The Raiders will have it 3rd and 10 here. They got 3 receivers split out wide to the near side, 1 lone at the top. And Avery goes in motion to the top side. Quarterback's going to scramble, and he's running out of real estate quickly. He's going to be shoved out of bounds. Just a bit behind the yard marker. It'll be a 4th and 11. And I believe one of the chain gang guys might have taken a hit over there on the sideline. Exactly why I tell our camera operators to not get quite as close to that sideline, because looking through a monitor, looking through a camera, you may not have the realization and the reaction to get out of the way in time. Away. And it'll go out of bounds at the 45, where Monroe will have it again. 1st and 10. One lone receiver to the near side. I believe that's Jordan Young. 2 running backs in the backfield. And a pre-snap penalty. We'll see what it is. False start called against Monroe. We'll back them up 5, and we'll retry it. 1st and 15.
Sacks him up 5, 1st and 15.
All right, line up.
Handoff, Namir Kendall, and he is gone. Welcome back, number 3. Touchdown, RedHawks. rushing touchdown on the year for Kendall. The PAT is no good.
Just don't be stationary. Don't just sit there. You're not looking for a reason.
A little miscommunication there on the kick unit. Kevin Lopez set to kick this thing away. Fielded on the far side. He's going to run out of bounds just past the 30. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Raiders. About the 32. So Zion Lindsay's got 2 touchdowns. Jordan Young with a blocked punt, scoop and scored for a touchdown. Namir Kendall with a rushing touchdown. And you're officially caught up on the RedHawks scoring rampage here in the first quarter. 4:54 left to go. Quick pass. Avery, far side, sheds one tackle by Sheeran, but he's brought down by a host of RedHawks. Short gain there, about 2 yards. It'll be a 2nd down and 8. Incomplete pass. Tion Clyburn on the coverage that time. He'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. .409. Here's a snap. Tries for a tunnel screen. It's complete. Biggest gain for the Red Raiders tonight, and it's a 1st down. That pass caught by number 16. Correction, number 15, Adam Reed, with the 1st down reception. 3:52 and rolling on the clock. Kevin Lopez, correction, Kevin Duran on the mobile cam that time. Handoff met at the line. Joey Sheeran, Jesus Harquin, and more. Kanias rushing coming in together on that tackle. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. 0-2 and rolling. Two receivers near side, man in motion. Tries to drag over the middle, caught immediately and brought down immediately by Jeremiah Lindsay. No gain on the play. 3rd and 10. His teammates call him Pooh. I'm not exactly sure why, but excellent play that time by the junior linebacker. You're not going to be able to survive with those tonal screens, but Andrews is definitely trying to get their playmakers in space. Dropping back to pass. He's going to scramble. Tries to find the edge, but he's brought down. Jeremiah Pooh Lindsay again for a yard gain. 4th down for the Red Raiders. Jake Cottle back deep to field this punt. Fielded by the up man, Jordan Young. Jordan Young comes back to the near side, makes one miss. Jordan Young has some space in front of him. One man to beat. Pancake to the end zone by Jesus Hopewood. Touchdown, Monroe! Jordan Young with 2 special teams big plays by Mr. Big 22. The future Tiger making a statement here on Friday nights. Set to graduate early and go down to Death Valley in the spring. Brandon Nahara set to kick the extra point. With 1:18 left to go here in the first quarter. The snap, the kick is up. And it's good. Monroe 34. Andrews 0. Kevin Lopez again going to get this ball away. Fielded inside the 20. Gets it out just past the 30, where the Raiders will have it 1st and 10. Handoff, finally gets some space, but he's going to step out of bounds. I don't think he realized he did, but it'll be T.W. Andrews' 2nd first down of the game so far. Still no score between North Stanley and Burns. With 8 minutes left to go in the second quarter, Forest Hill still leads Lexington 7-0. Incomplete pass on the play. It'll pick up a second down and 10.
Second and 10.
Down the sideline there. Good shot of the coaching staff. He just moved out of frame, but Zion Lindsay running for 2 touchdowns on the night already so far. Namir Kendall with one carry for a touchdown and a whole lot of yards for Namir Kendall. As the officials are getting everything straight back on the field of play. Man in motion. Orban motion behind the quarterback. Avery's going to get it again, and he's going to be met at the line for a gain of a yard. He'll bring up a 3rd and 9. And at the end of the first, Monroe with 34. Said his name a lot tonight already on these kickoffs, but Kevin Lopez was a all-conference player for Monroe's soccer team, along with Jesus Quizapa, and honorable mentions for our soccer team, number 8, Alberto Maldonado, and Jesus Cortez Lopez. Congratulations to those 4 young men over with our varsity soccer team. Andrews is going to take a deep pass, and it's going to go out of bounds, incomplete, 4th and 9. Also, I'd like to take a quick moment here while we have a chance to thank the Alliance for Children of Union County for allowing us to be the only group covering the Union County Christmas Parade this year. So, be expecting that on our YouTube channels as we give you all the sights and sounds of the 71st Union County Christmas Parade, and also congratulations to the RBC's own Jasmine Davis for being the princess from Monroe. She's leading all of Monroe High School out there. Dropping back to pass again, 4th and 9. He's running away, and he's going to throw it away. It's a turnover on downs. Monroe will take over 1st and 10 from the 45. Three Monroe defenders right in the quarterback's face that time. David Hill had no chance, no choice but to throw it away or risk something worse happening on the play. Seven left to go in the first quarter. Burns leads North Stanley 7-0. Deep ball, almost reeled in by Jamari Clark, just a little out in front. Second and 10 now for Monroe. Namir Kendall offset to the near side of Kagan Chambers. Handoff goes to Kendall. Nope. Chambers kept it. Drags a defender with him for a solid gain. Cameron Bridges went along for the ride that time. Good gain of 6 on the play. It'll be a 3rd down and 4 for Monroe. I believe this is the only 3rd down Monroe has had to face all night. Kendall up the middle, breaks through a bunch, bulldozes a safety. Namir Kendall has a chance. Big gain on the play. Number 6 for Andrews, Rico Nelson is injured on the play. So they're going to take a official timeout. RedHawks 1st and goal from the 5. Kendall tries, he gets away from one tackle, but he's brought down for a loss on the play. Bring up a 2nd and goal situation.
And here Kendall stopped by Jerry Avery.
Can you double check the DMI, the HDMI for it, and let just let me know when you do.
Kagan Chambers on the quarterback truck play, tries to find a edge on the near side, but he's going to be rushed out of bounds. It'll bring up a 3rd and goal for Monroe from the 15-yard line. Kendall, carry, bulldozer, touchdown, RedHawks! Namir Kendall with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. Zion Lindsay has 2 rushing touchdowns on the game. Jamari Clark with a big gainer reception. And Jordan Young with 2 special teams touchdowns. And the lead is 40. The snap, the kick is up. And it's good. 9:20 left here before we reach halftime. Burns still the 7-0 lead. Four minutes left to go in the 2nd quarter in Marshville. Forest Hills leads Lexington by a score of 7-0. Lopez again on the kick. Muffed! And this could be a disastrous play, and it is! Demarion Stokes picks picks up the dropped kickoff. And it'll be a Monroe 1st and 10 inside the 20. Correction, inside the 30. It'll be Monroe 1st and 10 at the 24. A disastrous first half if you're a Red Raider. Special teams miscues are running rampant for Andrews right now. Timeout called by Andrews. They'll have one left here in the first half with 9:16 on the clock. Weddington, well, they're in a similar position to us with 9 minutes left to go in the first quarter of that game. According to Max Preps, they lead A.L. Brown 34-0. Kagan Chambers has Zion Lindsay beside of him. Chambers back to pass, has Jordan Young over the middle. Touchdown reception for Jordan Young. His third all-purpose touchdown of the game. And that'll lead Monroe to 47. Two special teams touchdowns, a touchdown reception. Brandon O'Hara set to kick the extra point. The snap, the kick is up, and it's good. Just over 9 minutes left. Monroe increases their lead to 48. Forest Hills goes up by another touchdown. It's 14-0. Over Lexington. Kevin Lopez going to kick this ball away again. There's the kick. Fielded that time by one of the upmen, number 6, Rico Nelson, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the 20. Andrews will have it 1st and 10 from the 19. No score reported for the Shelby-Moorhead game. Handoff. Gains 2 yards that time. David Hill keeping it himself that time on the quarterback keeper. It'll be a 2nd and 8. Cameron Bridges on the carry that time, met the backfield for a loss of 3, where it'll bring up a 3rd down and 11. Monroe's defense doing an excellent job so far tonight, getting penetration to get to the backfield with all these tackles for loss. Hill throws it away, almost gets sacked. Had a couple defenders hanging on to him there. We'll bring up a 4th and 11. Here's the punt. Down at the 42-yard line, where Monroe will have it 1st and 10. 7:14 left to go here in the first half. Zion Lindsay with 2 scores. Shamari Clark, big gain reception through the air. Jordan Young with a touchdown reception. Namir Kendall with 2 touchdown runs. Braden Smith in the backfield now. Kagan Chambers going to pull it himself, though. Find some space out on the near side, and he's going to be close to a 1st down marker. I believe they're going to mark him a yard short, bring it as 2nd and 9. Braden Smith's going to keep it this time, finds some space up the middle, makes a couple miss, shimmy, shake down to the 20, 1st and 10, Monroe. Handoff up the middle again, Braden Smith, stiff arms one. Can he outrun another? He's going to drag him into the end zone. Touchdown, Monroe. Braden Smith with his 1st of the night. The running game for Monroe has come alive here. Early on in this game, and has been a big factor of their success all year. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it's good. Monroe increases it to 55. Update from Lawndale. Looks like Burns just got a passing touchdown, so they'll increase their lead over North Stanley 14-0. Forest Hill still with a 14-0 lead over Lexington, as this is fielded at the 15 and is brought down immediately. Could not make the first guy miss. That is Jeremiah Lindsay on the tackle there at the 20. .406 now in the first half. Handoff met by a whole swarm of RedHawks, maybe a gain of 2. Number 2 on the near side. Met in the backfield and dropped. See where they mark him at. He'll lose a couple. It'll be a 3rd down and 9. Raiders will punt this ball away. High snap, but there is a pre-snap penalty. Let's see what this is. Offsides called against Monroe to move ball up 5. So bring up a 4th and 4. Braden Smith falls on it after it knocks against the guy trying to block him. RedHawks will have it 1st and 10 from the 45. Handoff, Braden Smith, breakaway. Finally brought down inside the 30. At the half, Monroe leads by 55. We're going to step off air for a second here. We're going to let you guys listen to all the sights and sounds of the Red Storm Marching Band.
Yeah, see you next week.
If we need you to record anything,
You can't make this up. Tell somebody to pick it out. Hey, what is going in the football game halftime?
Tell the mobile cam to come up here, but be quiet.
but be quiet.
I watched him go by 4 more touchdowns, then it's time to go. If they score 4 more touchdowns, it's time to go. But they done scored 6 already. All them rolled on the Super Bowl to get football Ooh, good change.
End zone is next.
We're free to go?
Yep, and I think. I may have to take these both home and update them over the weekend.
Mama, baby doll name is Wednesday. Little baby name is Wednesday.
I'm gonna be right back. Let me get our mobile cam back up.
What's going?
Is the Vikings here now?
With mobile cam. as the teams get set to warm up for the second half. Per the usual here at Monroe High School, it is going to be a running clock for the second half. Apologize, I was under the assumption that the band was going to be playing, so didn't mean you guys sit here and listen into silence. I want to give a quick shout out once again to all of our playoff crew members here tonight. Mabel, Emily, Nancy, Jazz, Vanessa, Jess, Lizeth, Genesis, Scarlett, Kevin, Christian, and Jacqueline, all joining us here tonight. Special shout out to our members of the RBC that split time between multiple different groups. Malik Morris in with the band here tonight. Allison Diaz-Cuban with the dance team. We got a handful of folks that were helping out with ROTC traffic patrol earlier tonight. So got a lot of folks involved in a bunch of different things. Last time I gave you an update on a potential second round matchup from Burns. It was 14-0. They kicked a field goal. So North Stanley is down with 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter to Burns, 17-0. Forest Hills, according to Max Brep, still 14-0 over in Marsh Vegas. Weddington with a 34-7 lead over A.L. Brown at the half. And the number 2 seed Shelby Lions are up over Moorhead 27-0. Big first half. A lot of guys, especially for Namir Kendall, his first game back in a while. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns on the half. Zion Lindsay with 2 rushing touchdowns on the half. Jordan Young, the Clemson commit, with 3 total touchdowns for the RedHawks here in the first half. Absolutely massive game by him, not just with that long touchdown reception, but also with the special teams scores tonight, something that Andrews has had a lot of struggles with here in the early going. Andrews set to kick this ball away to Monroe, back deep to return. Jaden Caudle. And it's a little squib kick over the middle. Mishandled by Demarion Stokes for a second, but they're going to mark him down. Monroe will have the ball, 1st and 10. They're going to mark this, I believe they're going to mark him at the 34-yard line. And the clock is running, ladies and gentlemen. Familiar sight here at RedHawks Stadium this year. Again, the first time the RedHawks have been undefeated in the regular season and Rocky River Conference champions since the last time this team went to state and won it back in 2015. A couple of the coaches and some of the former players from that team on the coaching staff here. Braden Smith on the carry that time. Good solid game. They're going to give them 5, where it'll be a 2nd down and 5. Daniel Goings, Johnny Sal, David Presson, among many coaches that are still here from that 2015 run, and one of the former players from that team joining the staff to help out with the offensive line. Day Goings. Graceffa in at quarterback. Hand off to Smith again. Does a really good job of following his blockers. He's got a first down and more. Braden Smith might bust this thing. Braden Smith making a couple Raiders miss. He's getting dragged. He gets away. They're finally going to bring him down inside the 20 to about the 16. Excellent job by Braden Smith of reading his blocks and then being able to play keep away from that defense for a huge gain on the ground. I'm not exactly sure how many rushing yards Monroe has, but when a team averages 232 rushing yards on the ground, 232 rushing yards, they're going to keep that momentum going, and that's exactly what's happened here tonight. Smith again on the carry, and he's going to get taken care of at about the 15, where it'll be a 2nd and 7. Kenneth Young Jr. on the tackle that time for Andrews. Again, the Red Raiders had a big game, presumably a win and in situation for them last time they played against McMichael High School. Darian Avery ran for 319 yards. The week before that, they played the number 1 seed Reedsville team and lost that one pretty handily. Braden Smith with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night as Monroe increases their lead into the 60s. .35 and rolling off the clock here in the 3rd quarter. The kick is up, and it's good. Forest Hills scores to start the 3rd quarter, and they lead Lexington 21-0. Number 2 seed Shelby Lions, 27-0 over Moorhead. And Burns leads North Stanley still 17-0. Lopez again going to kick this ball away. See the clock rolling. Just like the RedHawks into round 2. Fielded at the 15. Michael Hughes on the return that time, and he's going to get this thing out past the 20. They're going to give him a 1st and 10 at about the 23-yard line. Tackled by Cha-Cha Jackson that time for Monroe. North Stanley gets on the board with a field goal, so they trail Burns 17-3. The winner of that game will make the trip to Union County next Friday night to take on the RedHawks. David Hill on the carry.
Lindsay on the tackle.
Gain of a yard. It'll be a 2nd down and 9. Hill trying to pass, evading the pressure. He's got some room to run. He's finally going to get escorted out of bounds. They're going to throw a flag. Jameer Allison with the hit. I believe they may call this a late hit by Allison. And that is the call. They're going to mark off a few more yards for the Raiders. Hate to have that happen this stage in the game, because whether there was anything malicious about it, or malicious intent or not, tempers are going to start flaring down there. And in a game like this, just trying to get it to where the clock hits 0 in the fourth quarter. The snap, deep ball now. Has receiver open. It is caught. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5. That is Cameron Bridges on the catch. Tion Clyburn bringing him down. Raiders will have it first and goal. A little bit of miscommunication by the RedHawk defense that time. First big play they've given up in a couple of weeks. Met at the line for no gain that time. Joey Sheeran, team leader in tackles. Lexington scores a touchdown, but PAT is blocked, so Forest Hill still has a 21-6 lead with 7 minutes left to go into third over Lexington. At the half, Burns leads North Stanley 17-3. It's a fumble! And it's going to be recovered by the Red Raiders. They will lose some yardage and they'll take it back to 8 for another third and goal. The best drive the Red Raiders have had all night. It would have been a critical mistake to have it end on a fumble there. Third and goal. Here's a snap. He's going to roll to the far side, and the pass falls incomplete. Intended that time for Kenneth Young, fullback leaking out of the backfield. So a fourth and goal for the Red Raiders with 2:23 left to go in the third quarter. Andrews lines up in the gun, running back to the near side. He's in motion to the near side, dropping back to pass, tries to evade the pressure. He will get away momentarily. He's rolling, he's rolling. It falls incomplete. A lot of craziness happening there. Jamari Clark almost had a sack that time. Did not get it. Pass falls incomplete. It's a turnover on downs. The RedHawks will take over first and 10 at the 8. Bend but don't break from the RedHawk defense that time. Excellent job by them to keep T.W. Andrews out of the end zone. handoff that time to Mario Jackson, otherwise known as Jaja. Loss of a couple. Be a second down and
Jackson on the carry.
second down and 13.
Loss of a couple on the play. Back to the 6. Second and 12.
Jaja on a breakaway on the far side. Finally gets shoved out of bounds, but it's a huge gain for the RedHawks. Get it past midfield, and that is the third quarter. We go into the fourth with Monroe well in hand and on the way to the second round. When we come back, it'll be 1st and 10 for Monroe on the other side of midfield. With 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter, Shelby with a 34-0 lead over Moorhead. Again, they are the 2 seed, Monroe the 3. Still looking like Monroe will be facing Burns this time next week.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and see, get the bag. Oh yeah. Red hot, let's work it out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and see, get the bag. Oh yeah. Red hot, let's work it out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
And the number 1 seed, Reedsville Rams, leading RS Central, according to Max Preps, 45-16 at the half. Chris Robson checks in at QB. Handoff again to Jaja Jackson. Jaja has a breakaway. He's got one man to beat. He's gaining on quick, but he's dragging him. And he's finally going to get brought down inside the 10. Jaja Jackson with a huge gainer on the ground for Monroe. 2 humongous back-to-back runs gives the RedHawks 1st and goal. A 48-yard scamper for the young man. He is a sophomore running back. Monroe somehow always has quick and explosive horses in their stable. Second and goal after the mishandled snap, high snap. A little bit of a height difference between Chris Kagan and Gracefa. It's all about the release point on that center. If he releases it too late, it sails it high. If he releases it too soon, it's too low. Pre-snap penalty. Offsides is called against the Red Raiders. That'll move them up 5. Still be second and goal, but this time it'll be second and goal from the 10.
10-yard line. Still second and goal.
Jaja spinning, fighting, keeping his feet moving. They're going to bring him down at the 1-yard line. Let's see if the young man gets him one here.
Mark to the 2-yard line. Third down.
30 goal from the 2. Jackson still in the backfield. Handoff. Jackson. Touchdown, Monroe. Jaja gets it 1. Kendall with 2. Smith has 1. Lindsay has 2. Jordan Young with 3. And the RedHawks ramble here in Monroe tonight. The snap, the kick is up, and it's good. 8:15 and rolling off the clock. Game time temperature right now is saying it is 52 degrees. A little chill in the air. With 1 minute left to go in the third quarter, Forest Hills leads Lexington 28-6. Burns still has a 2-touchdown lead over North Stanley. Fielded inside the 15. Tests his luck up the middle, but he is going to be brought down by Jamari Clark, the jack of all trades. Doesn't always get the praise that other guys do, but I tell you what, he might be one of the hardest working guys on that team. It's been a overall workhorse for the RedHawks since I came here 3 years ago. Proud of all the effort he's put in the classroom and on the field of play, on the hardwood for basketball. He has really used his time here at Monroe to his advantage in doing a whole bunch of different things. Pre-snap penalty, there's a false start called against the Raiders. That'll back them up 5. It'll be a 1st and 15 now. 5:18 left in the fourth quarter here. Pass will fall incomplete. We have a 2nd and 15. Receivers near side, rolling far side. Pass deflected by Gaddy, but still hauled in on the play by Adam Reed. Good job by that young man of being able to keep concentration after the ball got tipped. Just under 4 minutes left in the game here. Swing out. Tackle behind the line for a loss of 2 on the play.
Tackle by Khalil Lockman. Second and 11.
Hill on the quarterback keeper. He gets enough for a Raider first down with 2:48 and rolling here off the clock. We'll try to get you a few last minute score updates here as time is about to expire for us. Burns still up by 2 scores at the half. Forest Hills is into the fourth quarter. 28-6 over Lexington. Reedsville 51-16 over RS Central. And Shelby, with 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter, 34-0. Hand off to number 22 that time. He's not listed on the roster. But a decent gain on the, a gain of a yard that time. It'll be a 2nd and 9. With 1:54 left. Again, I would like to thank everyone for watching today's game. Thank you for supporting not only Monroe football, but also the RedHawk Broadcasting Club, still Union County's only student-led broadcast team. You're not going to get this at Weddington. You're not going to get this at Cuthbertson. You're not going to get this at Marvin Ridge. You're not going to get this at Porter Ridge. Monroe High School is the one and the only, and it is an honor of mine to be able to introduce something to these students and to get to the point where all I have to do is sit here and talk while they run everything else, every camera, direct every shot, do the graphics, troubleshoot stuff on the fly. It is a big honor for me as a teacher to be able to say that these young men and women are doing a fantastic job here. Vanessa, our director, Jess on the graphics, Nancy, Emily, Mabel, Scarlett up top, Lizette, Genesis on the end zone cam. Mobile cam tonight brought to you by Jack, Christian, and Kevin, and Jazz, our program director, and Monroe High School's Christmas Parade Princess. A fantastic job all around by everyone here. And with 10 seconds left on the clock, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you in round 2. Willoughby Burns. Right now they have the lead over North Stanley. We thank you all for watching. And if you are a business owner of Union County and you would like to sponsor the RedHawks Broadcasting Club, please check us out on Instagram, send us a message on Facebook, and we will be happy to help you with whatever you are trying to get done. Monroe gets the win tonight in a huge fashion, 69 points to advance to the second round. For everyone in the RBC, you have been watching a presentation of Monroe High School football, courtesy of the RedHawk Broadcasting Club. I am Hayden McAteer. Good night, everybody.